All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
11. 12.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact,
11.
he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank.
11. Go ahead. Thank you. Go. Go ahead.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Caught right side at Snead. And he'll go down at the 28. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
11. Go ahead. 11. 12.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Now they try the right side here. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Black, come on. What's this up?
In his own end zone, it's Wentz. He's going to look deep down the field. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Lose 5-7. Lose 5-7.
They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left. This complete left side to Aguilar. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now they'll run it on the toss. Now the ball comes loose. And who's got it? The Giants!
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we got the right numbers on players that we're calling right, the right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well, because so many things coming at you, you got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a handoff looking right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey, down right around the 25.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they'll get this down to the 10. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. He's going to get it running right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's fourth and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for the tight end, Adam Shaheen, that time. And it's third down. But not to get too overcritical there, because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off-kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now. Let's go. Let's go. Where's 5-2? What's your son?
And they'll go to the ground attack here. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Come on now. Let's go. Ram. What's your son? Lion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go. 280! Man 5-7.
Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And New York set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The toss out to Barkley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On second down, here's Garoppolo. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Garoppolo eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Nigel Brown. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Playing the snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley, and he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Rhett Ellison, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that will get them one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with fourth down, forthcoming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal, so instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on fourth down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Barkley, toss play left. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And running with power here.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here we go. 180!
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Giants on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
11.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, empty.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is brought in at the 21. Oh, the spin. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And now out come the Giants. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. That's caught by Treadwell. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 47 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Giants add on to their lead. And he puts it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing is Wentz. Hurts over the middle. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown or the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
To throw, it's Wentz. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dalvin Tomlinson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz now to throw, and he's going to go down again. Alec Ogletree in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And it's no good. Elliott pulled it, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx
Maybe
it?
jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
21, 21.
Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Barkley. Spinning away. Still fighting for more. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go. 180.
They'll run with Barkley. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within 1 score.
Yeah, and that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the 4th quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are close to finishing off this football game. Now it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.